Would you like to have a consistent forehand that you feel very confident about? I've got 3 quick tips today that are going to help you. Just to begin with, you have to be at an Eastern or a semi-Western grip. When we look at the racket handle, we have these flat surfaces on the racket handle, and we're going to give those numbers. Starting on top, number 1, 2 is that little flat bevel there, 3 is on the side, 4 underneath that small flat bevel, and 5's on the bottom. Same thing for a lefty going the other way. Now we're going to take the hitting hand. We're going to put an X right there on the index knuckle on the inside of the hand. And we're going to put an X down here in the heel pad of the hand. Now for an Eastern grip, you're going to put the knuckle and the heel pad on number 3. All right, that's an Eastern forehand, okay? Federer uses this, so it definitely works. Semi-Western, you're going to put the knuckle and the heel pad on number 4. That's semi-Western. Most of the guys on the tour today are using semi-Western. Djokovic, Murray, you know, it's a widely used grip, semi-Western. It works really well. Now, here are my 3 quick tips. As long as you have one of those grips, you're going in the ready position, okay? Now, if you stand with an Eastern grip, the racket can pretty much be straight ahead like this, but I want you to turn your palm inward. You see what I'm doing there? Turning the palm inward so the racket closes. That's what I'm doing by doing that. I'm closing the racket face. Now, if you're on number 4, semi-Western, it's already closed. Okay, so I want you to be in this position when you're waiting for a return to serve, or after you hit a shot, come back to here. Now, if it goes to your backhand, obviously you've got to change the grip. But start like this. Okay. Now, the first tip is, as you bring the racket back, your backswing, not talking about the backhand, just the backswing. The backswing is what you do from here all the way to here, and then you start to swing forward. But everything from here to here is considered the backswing. Now, I want you to raise that hitting elbow like this and lead with that elbow as you go back. Now notice the racket face is staying closed. Okay, now I'm here. Now I've got to come down below the ball, but notice the racket face is facing down. That's tip number 2. So the first tip, be meticulous with your backswing. Okay, so raise the elbow, make sure, see how my left hand stays on? I don't want that racket wobbling. I keep that left hand on. Now I let go here, but notice the racket stays closed. Now I've got to drop the racket below the contact point so I have a low to high swing and I can get some topspin. So I drop it down, but this is the tip number 2, at the low point of the backswing. When your racket is a foot below the contact point, the palm of your hitting hand, the palm of your hand should be facing down. So remember those 2 words, palm down, back here. Now, that's the second tip. So first tip, get the elbow up, focus on the backswing more than anything else, because it's more important than your forward swing. Because if you keep the racket face in position, being nice and vertical at contact is a piece of cake. All right, so you raise that elbow, come back, I'm doing a good job. The racket's still closed. I drop it down below the ball. I'm doing a good job. The racket is still closed. Now, the third tip. From here, make sure that your lower arm, from your elbow to your wrist to your hand, does not move the racket out of position. Just swing from your shoulder. Use your shoulder as the hinge. So now from here, if I swing up, here's my contact point, the racket is perfectly vertical because I have not moved anything with the lower arm. Now, all you have to do from there is simply drive through the ball, and once you get through the hitting zone, then let your hand and lower arm relax and come up over the shoulder with a high finish. That is basically it. So I've got a little drill you can practice. Check this out. Okay, you stand next to a fence. Now put your left foot right up to the fence because that's where your contact point would be, right there. Just in front of your lead foot, which is the left foot for a right-hander. So I'm going to come down, I'm below the contact point, and just practice swinging from your shoulder. Make that the hinge, and you should hit this fence perfectly in a vertical position, moving from low to high. That's how you're going to get consistency. So you need to practice this drill. You can also practice against the net strap, you know, and just keep brushing up when you hit the net strap. I've shown that on many of my videos, but you've got the object of these drills is to make sure that your racket is straight up and down. It could be slightly closed maybe, but you know, you're moving from low to high, so you're going to get that lift on the ball. So practice those three things. The take back, raise the elbow, make sure the racket stays closed as you come back. That's number one. Number two, palm down at the low point of the backswing. And number three, swing from the shoulder, and you are guaranteed vertical racket moving from low to high for the rest of your life, and that's going to give you some serious consistency with your forehand. All the best, guys. Please give me a like, subscribe to the channel. Any questions or comments, post those below, and I'll do my best to get back to you. We've got an awesome sale coming up in August. We're going to be selling all 13 of my online courses for a great price. And some of these courses, I mean, the price we sell it at, just one of these courses is worth that. So check it out, all right? All the best, guys, and happy hitting and happy consistent forehands. Take care.